What's up everyone, it's our Lens Addict here. Today I'm going to be comparing the Nest Hub Generation 2 with the Nest Hub Max first generation, because there is no Generation 2 yet. I'm sure there'll probably be one eventually. Let's get started. Let's have a look at the differences. This one is obviously much smaller. This one is much larger and much heavier. Weighs over a kilo. A less obvious difference is that the Nest Hub Generation 2 may have a better processing of your voice because it has a neural engine built in, whereas this one doesn't, as far as I can see. This one also has an additional mic on the back somewhere, whereas this one only has two here. The Nest Hub Generation 2 also has radar built in, which this one, the Nest Hub Max, does not. But the Nest Hub Max, you pretty much get everything except the sleep sensing for the use of the camera. So you can go like this and play pause music just fine across both of them. But I actually really like the radar approach, because then I don't feel like there's a camera watching me in my house. Especially if you were to put this one in your bedroom, it would be a bit weird having a camera in there, especially a camera that can and has built-in home surveillance features, which you get with this one. You can use it as a home security camera, which you can't do with this one, but you've got to pay a subscription if you want it to record video or audio. Otherwise it'll just capture photos. Like a event, if someone walks in somewhere, you'll just see a photo of that and that's it, and they get deleted after a few hours. So let's test the audio quality of both of these devices. For this test, I'm going to be checking out the audio quality, so I'm going to use this mic and I'm going to put it about here in front of the speaker that I'm going to play music on. So first off, we're going to have the Nest Hub. I'm now going to test how good these two speakers are at picking up me saying the word that mustn't be said. Just a side note, I've replaced saying the word that mustn't be said with the sound that it makes when it gets triggered, so that if you have smart home devices, that they don't go off because that's really annoying every time I watch any video on Google products. So this might be a bit confusing, but hopefully this explains it a little bit. Anyway, and keep enjoying the video. I've heard that the Hub Gen 2 has an extra microphone, so let's test it out. I'm going to go pretty far away here, and I'm going to say the word that mustn't be said. Okay, they both picked it up.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
So I'm going to go even further away this time. Will it rain today? I'm very impressed because I'm very far away and these are picking me up just fine.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
Overall, I'm very happy with this device for the price. It's $149 here in Australia, which I think is pretty respectable for the sleep tracking and a lot of the cool stuff that you get with this product. Whether or not it improves your life is another question. I can say it does for me because I have smart lights and it kind of encourages me to go to bed earlier because otherwise I'm going to get a bad sleep report. Here's a look at the sleep tracking. It's pretty handy. Something that you don't get on any other Google Home device. And the best part is you don't have to wear anything or charge any batteries. You just go to bed and it tracks you. As you can see, I had a very late night, partying hard. Enjoy the long weekend here in Australia, so went to bed pretty late and slept in pretty hard. Thankfully, no work the next day. But the downside is the sleep tracking is going to potentially be a subscription next year, so you might have to start paying. They haven't said how much that's going to be, so that kind of sucks. It'd be nice if they provided a guideline of how much it's going to cost, because if it's $1 a month, yeah, it's not so bad. But what if the subscription for the sleep tracking ends up being $30 a month? Then pretty much anyone who has this, I really doubt they'll be paying for the sleep tracking, because that's a lot of money just to track your sleep. Overall, I'm keen to see the radar come to the Big Nest Hub Max. That's going to be my favourite. I do find some of the things I don't like about this product are, even though the speaker's better, it's still pretty tinny and I don't really enjoy listening to music on it that much. To be fair, I don't even enjoy listening to music that much on the Home Hub Max. I prefer the Google Home Max or proper headphones. So that's just me being picky with my audio. I do like that it's got the same charger as a Home Mini adapter as the Home Mini Generation 2, which is nice. And I've also noticed that some of my voice queries are quicker on this because I suspect it's to do with the built-in machine learning or AI chip on board, which is pretty cool. Some of the cons. Well, I think the screen on this the viewing angles aren't the best, but then again, you don't really look at it from really odd angles that much. I think the radar outside of the sleep tracking is a bit of a gimmick, but they haven't sold it massively. And I feel like this is a bit locked down. You can't install apps on it, but that's a whole other story. It's secure at least, and you don't have to worry about updating it. You just leave it ambient computing. I do really like the fact that this doesn't have a camera, because I can put it in my room or anywhere else, and I don't worry, if I get changed, who's watching me. It's a bit weird putting this one in your room because there's a camera on it, and yes, there's a button to turn it off, but the thing is the button turns off the mics as well, making this kind of useless. Whereas for this one, there's no camera at all. There's no security concern to worry about from a camera, and the radar, or what is generated by the radar, isn't really identifiable, I would say. Oh look, I think I figured out how to remove the bottom on this. Let's try and see what's inside. There we go, the bottom does come off. Let's have a look inside. So upon taking off the bottom, I see a micro USB port. So maybe you can flash this thing and do stuff with it. I don't know, but that's kind of cool seeing inside. I don't think I'll take it apart any further, but that's what the bottom looks like when you take it off. There's also a, what I suspect, oh, I think this is the internal code name for the product. It says Elaine R Candy, so Elaine Rock Candy. Probably the color, and Elaine is probably the name of this device, internally I would say, so that's pretty cool. Thankfully, the bottom does go back on, so it's all good. It's not destroyed. I appreciate everyone for watching this video. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you want to see any other comparisons, chuck a comment down below. I've got a Home Mini Generation 2. Maybe it's a Nest Mini now. I can't remember. They keep changing the names. I've got a Home Max. I got the original Google Home. I pretty much got almost every Google Home product. So if you want a comparison, just write a comment and I'll try and make the video if I have time. Because this channel is just a hobby. I also have work and study that I do on top of this. I hope everyone has a good holiday break if they're getting one during Easter. And I hope you like the video if you like it. Leave some comments. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. And have a great afternoon or morning. Lensatic out.